What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? Let's get it. We live. We back. We're live. Doing another Knicks recap. Actually, today we're back with a little different recap. We're gonna have a Knicks recap as well as a NBA recap as well as a whole NFL recap. So we're gonna recap everything today. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Brittany from LI in the building. We're gonna be doing this more often, so you might as well like, subscribe, turn on them notifications, so when I pop up, you know what time it is. I definitely go anonymous. I just go crazy. I just pop up. So just definitely pop out, show some love. We got a couple people in the chat already. Alfred Griffin, Long Island stand up, Long Island in the building. Let's get it, Strong Island always. Corey Lee, salute, Big Police, salute, Queen in the building. Let's get it. Big shout out to you. You new to the screen. Subscribe to the channel. Drop a like. Doing a recap. Knicks win tonight, 92-81 against the CAVS. Get a nice win. Um, the Knicks play a pretty decent game. They still have not played a full 48-minute game, but they shoot the ball terrible from three tonight, but still get a win. They attack the paint fearlessly like they always do. Get their layups in the rack. They shot 17% from the field as a team, which is terrible. Um, I don't know how they win like that, but the Cavs shot about like 20 something percent from three as a team. Wasn't too well from them either. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat for anybody who wants to come up on the show. Give me 1 second here. I might go quiet. Just give me 1 second. Just add the link in there. Link should be down there if you want to pop up here. Shout out to everybody in the chat watching. Thank you for coming through and showing some love. I will have my cam up in a few seconds. I'm just trying to get my mom right. Couple minutes. I got my boy Mac Million backstage with me. He he holding it down. I'm gonna let him get a few minutes to get himself right, and I'm gonna bring him up here. Um, like I said, anybody's welcome to come join the show. If you need the link, just write link in the chat. I'll drop the link so you can come on the panel if you need to express yourself. You can call this a therapy session if you need to. Do what you gotta do. Big salute to DSJ. Big salute. Big salute. Big salute. Supporter since day one. He's been here. He's been on the show, rocking with us. Big DSJ. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat again for the new people that came to the chat. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to everybody coming through the stream, showing love. Please subscribe and like to the channel. Please, very please. I'll be doing this very often, recapping everything, football, basketball, whatever you want me to talk about, I will talk about. You guys can come on here. This is your show. This is our show. Drop the link in the chat again. Yeah, it's finally good to see the Knicks sneak out with this one. Give me 1 second, y'all. We got our first person about to come up on the show. And Wiz, big shout out to Wiz coming through, showing some love, baby. How you doing out there, Wiz?
Not as good as you. My headset's been malfunctioning, so I've been trying to make it work.
You sound crystal clear, baby. You sound crystal clear. I can't hear you now. I think you muted. I lost you, Wiz. I lost you. I lost you. I lost you, Wiz. I lost you. But I'm about to bring. I lost you, Wiz. I can hear you now, but you going in and out. You might have to turn off your Wi-Fi on your phone. I'm about to bring up another one on the screen. Yo, what's good, Chop Low? What's good, Brody? How you doing?
What's good? Salute.
Big salute. How you doing, bro? First, I want to say good looks for coming through, showing some love for real, for real. You the real one, big for real. Big salute to you, my guy, for real. I see you backstage.
Right.
Don't worry, I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to get yourself together. I'll bring you up there too. You feel me? Big shout
Yeah, my
out to
Wi-Fi.
Cole Lee, my guy. Cole Lee, good looks for coming through, showing some love, my guy.
Oh man, anything
Yeah.
for you, nephew. Anything for you, nephew.
Good looks, score.
Oh, hoodie, Chad.
My guys in the building. Hey, big salute to everybody on the panel. Thank you for coming through, showing some love on the channel, man. I really see big salute to all y'all guys, for real, for real. My guy, Mac Millions in the building. What's good, my boy?
It was
Salute to
good, was
my
good, was
blood,
good,
bro.
everybody. What's good, everybody? You know me, I'm making it work. I'm at work right now, but you know what I'm saying? I'm making it work.
I bet, no
Get the
problem,
money,
brother.
get the money.
Yes,
You
sir.
know you always
He's
gotta
from
do
Queens,
that.
too. You know he getting that money.
Yeah, Queens get the money, you already know, right?
Yes, sir. I'm about to bring up another one. The panel is hot tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Another one is up there.
Yeah.
The big pie. Zon in the building.
We
Coach.
in that
Big
building.
crazy in the building up here. For real, for real.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Knicks win.
Yes, I love
Knicks
it.
win. And it went and now we know it's really a party. Number one Chief
Hey,
Rocker is in the building.
Bam, here we
Number
go,
one
y'all.
Chief Rocker.
Bam.
Yaga.
Y'all smash
oh,
that like button. Smash that like button.
yes, sir.
All day.
Like, subscribe. Hey, one thing
One
about
second.
tonight, I don't know what you were talking about before we got in here,
Shout out
but
to
this was
Adam. Salute to my guy for popping out on the channel. Give me
Salute, Greeny. Salute,
1 second,
to
Big
the
Pipe. I'm gonna pass it right back.
yeah.
Adam, big
salute to the
salute to you for
channel.
coming through, showing some love. I just want to
No
say shout
problem.
out to everybody on the panel for coming through, showing love.
Bam, bam, bam.
I
You
want to
already
say,
know.
I want to give two suckets out there. Suck it, Utah Jazz. We beat y'all earlier, and suck it, Donovan Mitchell. How
And
about that?
Cleveland. Bam. How
And
about that?
Cleveland.
Take that. Take that. Take that.
Even with the Knicks dumpster fire, we find a way.
But we
Yeah.
played some hard defense on them, boy. We was, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's definitely was some great defense. And we got on them offensive boards, man. We had a lot of second chance points tonight, man.
Yes, break it down, baby.
Yeah, that's my boy. My boy iHeart had like 6 of them. I know.
Yeah, even at the end of the game, Mitchell with the good, great save
Yeah.
to close the game out. And I like what I see from Deuce McBride, man. He's playing, you know, that guy. You gotta give that guy a chance, man. We gotta give our players some chance. Young developing players.
I'm glad to hear that, man. I want to get you guys roundabout on the table, your individual takes
Oh,
on your
oh,
performances of
oh.
the night. Um, please let me know who you think did good, and let me know who you think did bad, or who needs to improve. Do you agree with the coaching decisions, the coaching lineup, the judgments? I'm gonna start with you, Wiz, if you're there. Once again, big shout out to everybody in the chat. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, please. Please turn on the notification. Are you there, Wiz? You hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you,
Yes, sir.
brother.
We hear you.
I
Okay.
hear
My
you, baby.
Wi-Fi. Sorry, man. Yeah. Hi.
I missed that. Actually, there it goes again. Okay. It's been coming in and out. Let me try to get to a stable place in mind. Back in the house. Okay, I'm
It's
good now. I'm good
raining.
now.
It's raining. It's raining down there.
Yep, it's raining in LA, man.
Oh, I hear it.
It
Yeah,
never
okay,
rains
sorry.
in Southern California. They tell
They got that
me.
fool Luther Vandross. That's a Luther Vandross voice there, huh? Guy White.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
actually, I'm
sorry,
a
Green.
tenor. I can sing high, actually.
Oh, man. Okay, sorry, Green. I missed part of your Q&A that popped out.
Big shout out to T Smith. He says
So,
Greeny was
Green,
good.
you
Shout
asked
out to
me, you
you
asked
on
the
the panel.
question. I forgot. I didn't hear. I
Yeah,
missed part of it. Can you
Yeah,
I
that
repeat
man
said
like
it?
Greeny. Big up man like Greeny, you know.
good list, good list, good list. What I said was
Hey, no.
I
Mhm.
said do you can you give me your individual performances of the players on the team who you think did good, did well, need to improve, and do you like the coaching lineup that Tibbs threw out there?
Okay, just on this game alone, right? Um, Again, pleased with the fact that he is letting Fournier and Rose rest and for them to go somewhere else. Bringing in IQ, Deuce, and Grimes as some focal points. A little shocked Reddish is on that little bench there. Too. A little surprised unless he's injured. I'm concerned about it a little bit because I'd like to see him get some run to truly see what he's got. Although it worked out today kind of pretty well. A little concerned about Grimes shooting, but love his defense. Um, I still was shocked also his minutes, 37, 38 minutes or so. It's a little bit interesting for me to see that. Unfortunately, I just RJ and Randall and Obi are just not reliable in my book right now. So as a team, I am giving them like a C minus because it's just not a team that I find I can really depend on any scale, whether it's rebuilding or playoff bound. It's just a team that gives me no idea what I've got, and that's my concern is being so uncertain about the team overall. And mostly, of course, although Tibbs made
Mike, mute your
probably
mic.
better moves today, I'm concerned about the coaching tremendously because it now seems now that either he's found something and he's gonna stick to it, but unfortunately, when
Mac,
he
mute
finds
your
something, he
mic.
sticks to it. When
All
he
right.
sticks to something, he gets too OCD and he doesn't change. And I'm afraid that may happen because he's gonna see today's
Oh,
game was more better defensively the way he likes it. He doesn't realize the lack of offense is a challenge against better teams or teams that were clicking if Cleveland was clicking. So that's my overall take. I'm basically a fan that's a little bit unnerved by the team's current status.
Okay, that's a great take. Great
Yeah.
take. Thank you. Thank you about that, Wiz.
hmm
Hey, Tableau. Hey, Tableau. Hey, yo, Tableau.
Yo, you ready?
Yo, you gonna give me your takes on tonight, Brody?
Um, and I want to piggyback off what he was saying just now because the same assessment also is. I don't want to go into Tibbs and all that, but I just it's the team chemistry because it's like a conflict of interest. But they played well tonight, and I really appreciate the defense they played because the defense actually helped them win the game, and they contained Donovan Mitchell and I know Freezy was talking about Hartenstein, if you will. You know he could be a very good player, but this is just we played against these guys and we contained them, but we saw what happened against Luka Doncic, John Morant. You know, I just really appreciate the game that we played today, and we won on the defensive aspect, and we maintained the lead.
you washing dishes, bro?
Okay. Okay, that's good. Now, I mean, he doing. I mean, that was a good take. That was a good take. I like that take he had on it. Big Pazan, I know you about to give me an excellent take on tonight and break down everything. Let me hear what you got on
Well,
my Knickerbockers.
I mean, first and foremost, the defense was a mix between good defense and I think Cleveland was a little off tonight. Was it because of our D? I don't know. I think so. Um, yeah, it's one of those incomplete grade, I guess, because offensively we were pretty bad. To be honest with you, like we as a team we shot. I think it was the worst 3-point shooting night we've had, and we won still. So
Mm-hmm.
other nights that don't cut it, right? So we were like 5 of 29 from the field. We were 17% from three, which it's that's not good. So we got away with it tonight. I don't want to look at it half empty, but we won, and I'm proud of our boys for stepping up on defense. In the third quarter, we 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 let it almost get away again, but we turned it around, and we were resilient, and we fought hard, and that's what it comes down to. Like to me, I want a group of guys that care and they're passionate, and I think we do have a lot of guys like that. Um, Sometimes when you got guys like that, you can overlook some things, maybe some shortcomings. And in the end, the Tibbs part, here's the thing: I've never had a problem with Tibbs' X's and O's. I really think he does have the right game plan per se when it comes to what he wants to run and how he wants to run it. And I think his formula does work when he has the pieces that fit that. Uh, where I think Tibbs falls off is when there's some curveballs thrown at him, when there's guys on our team that aren't that don't fit what he normally does. He's not a good ad libber. He's not a good improv coach, you know. And it didn't catch up to with him tonight, luckily. But I think if between him and his 10 assistants and development guys on the back row behind the bench, between all those guys, if they can all figure out how to get the most out of these guys on our team, we can be competitive. We can be a lower, you know, a middle of the road playoff team. Because look, we've shown we can. We tonight showed proof we can play some defense. It shows we always crash the offensive boards. We always got to be a little better on the defensive boards. So if we can put a full game together on both sides of the ball, and it don't have to be these extremes like extreme D and extreme offense. We need to find a nice sweet spot middle ground for both. And this team will be pretty good. It'll be a good foundation to add a star or two down the road, and we'll be really competitive more consistently. So, and we can get to who that might be and all that later. But as far as tonight, uh, I'm happy we won. That's for sure.
I like that take. That was awesome take. That was awesome take. Hey Mac, boy Mac
Yo,
here.
yo, yo, what's up, bro?
You gonna give me a good take
Yeah,
on the Knicks on the Knickerbockers tonight?
I got you, bro. Like, we play good defense, and that's what the Knicks need to do every night. I like what Deuce McBride be doing. Maybe if we give him more minutes, you never know. He could become like that type of Elfin Payton player we had when we did make the playoffs. Like somebody that can guard people out there on the perimeter. And I'm gonna go with like for me, I like Jalen Brunson's gameplay. Man, he's giving us 20 points. He's a winner. He's bringing the winner mentality to the Knicks. He even though we lose games, bro, he always wants to be productive during the game. And I seen a stat like nobody paid attention to this. He's fourth in the lead in taking charges. He's like the smallest guard. He's like the
Mm.
smallest guard, and he's taking charges. He's putting his body out there for the team, and then like I just love that, bro. And like for many years, bro, I begged the Knicks to get a good point guard, and I'm like, Jalen Brunson was a good signing, and I just feel like the Knicks just need to become more strong on defense. I feel like if our defense is good, then the Knicks could score easily on offense because we need to get better on the fast break. And I feel like Tom Thibodeau as a coach, he's still trying to figure things out, but I just think he needs more help on offense. Like we need to find somebody that can help him with the offense. And I believe like that 2020 season when we made the playoffs, we had Mike Woodson there, but then he got another job. So once Mike Woodson left too, our offense kind of went slow. It's more stagnant. Like we need to find out what's our offense for real. But I feel like if the Knicks play great defense, the offense will be way easier. It'll be way easier if we play great defense. Because
Nah, it
then
do make sense.
everybody that's getting on a break, like RJ Barrett, 1-on-1. Guards really can't stop him at the rim. Julius Randle, he got outstanding muscle. He's a bully down there. People like they can't stop us 1-on-1. If we get the fast break situations in 1-on-1, we may be able to. We can get to the line. We're not bad at free throw shooting this year that much. We have, some people are knocking down their free throws. Like Mitchell Robinson might not hit some, but if it's Randall and RJ getting fast break points and Obi Toppin coming down the lane getting alley oop points, it's exciting basketball. That's winning basketball. And I just feel like the Knicks need to get way better on defense. And that's my take for the night.
Thank you for the take, bro. Thank you for the take.
Yo, great
I
take,
believe
baby.
the next take we were
Thank you,
supposed
I
to get to
appreciate
was
it.
core. I think core was the next take we get. Big core, baby. I know DSJ
Nah,
came in there. Big salute to DSJ before my full core. Big salute to DSJ joining us.
So salute to
I believe
everybody on the panel.
core's
What's going
next, and after core we going to
The
Big Unfreeze.
original.
now me personally, I like our defense. I like the intensity, the hustle. Uh, we didn't quit. Um, uh, what I think we can improve on, of course, is our shooting. But then it also goes back to where I'm about to go to next, and it's going to our coach. And I just think that his style of play is just too antiquated for this NBA. But you know, we got him. He's our coach. I'm a rock with him until the wheels fall off. But time is ticking, and if he has to find a way to make his offense and utilize his players to the best of their abilities, and not
Mm-hmm.
and not just and not just for his particular style of play. You know what I'm saying? So you know that's just a small take. You know, I probably got a couple of little things to say later on, but you know, for
Oh
now,
no, we
that's it.
definitely gonna get into it. We definitely gonna get into it. Thank you. This is a good take, Core. Thank you for Core. Good shout out to you. Thank you for coming through, Core. Thank you for everybody coming through for real.
Man, anything for you, young man.
You already.
Big Bim in the building. What's your take for tonight, Big Bim? Big Uncle Freeze, you there? I know you there in the building.
Yeah, I'm here, bro. Of course, you know I'm gonna be here for you, bro.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Um, we. So my initial thought is, regardless what happens this year, I'm okay with it. Whether this team makes the playoffs or whether this team is a lottery team, I'm okay with it either way. But tonight I saw this team. Hey, Chop, you got something going on in the Chop? You making popcorn, man?
Cookies.
Oh, my bad. I'm muting right now. Sorry.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
making a
man.
chopped cheese.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yo, just real quick. I know this greeny joint, but y'all please make sure y'all observe panel etiquette. You know what I'm saying? Stop making them stupid noises in the background, man, when somebody be trying to talk. You know what I'm saying? But yo, but Greeny, to the question that you asked, um, did I really want this team to win this game? Yes. Do I really want this team to win Wednesday? Yes. Right. My takeaway from tonight's game is this roster is really, really, really flawed, and Tibbs has nothing to work with. The unfortunate part is, I think Tibbs may be coaching his last few games as a Knick. In terms of tonight's game, the Knicks had a lot of opportunities to get shots off. We don't have enough shot creators. That's our thing is not defense or shooting is important, but it's not as important as us not having shot creators. We just don't have them. We don't have when the ball's out of Brunson's hands. Our second best shot maker is probably Derrick Rose, and when Rose is not playing, our second best shot maker is Julius Randle. We don't have shot makers, man. We got to get some shot makers, bro, in here. And this game against Cleveland tonight, we should have beat Cleveland by 25, but we couldn't pull away from them because we didn't have shot makers. But since you don't have shot makers and their shots were off, it looked like a junior varsity game up and down the floor all night long. Right, 3 seconds in the paint, a record number of travel calls, guys fouling, late closeouts. It was a lot of stuff, man. The Knicks need shot makers, bro. I don't think Greeny. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I couldn't agree with you anymore.
This team, the way we're playing right now, this team ain't it, bro. You know, I wish I had more answers. I wish I could elaborate more. But in fairness to your question and in the direction that you're going, bro, we just don't have secondary shot makers anywhere.
Don't have secondary ball handlers neither.
Right, and
to make a shot.
And this is the third year in a row. Last year we struggled with Fournier and Alec Burks trying to be shot makers. And the year before that, we struggled with Reggie Bullock and Elfrid Payton trying to be shot makers. You know what I'm saying? And this year, we have one shot maker, but nobody else outside of Randall can consistently do it on a night-to-night basis. And I'm sorry, I'm distracted, man. I have like one of those spicy chicken salads, bro, right here. Man, this thing.
So grub out. Go ahead. You can hit that can button. That was amazing tape. I agree with that tape. Everything.
Hey, just so y'all know,
go ahead, Pazan.
On a little the piggyback on the tape that I had on the Blorns thing about wasn't a take, it's just a fact. It's official in this game. I just looked it up on StatMuse. That 81 points the Knicks just gave up is the lowest this year by a team. So the Trailblazers used to have it was 82, but the Phoenix Suns held them to 82. So we just officially we're officially the best defense in the NBA, New York Knicks. Unfortunately, one game doesn't define a team.
You said for the moment we are.
Right, for the moment. Right.
For this game.
Yeah, this game.
For the night. For the night.
Imagine when we play another team. Who else we going to play?
Yeah, for the night. Hey, Adam, you there, brother?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I know you got a great take for me on the Knicks tonight. Trying to give me a take about how you think they performed.
I'm going to say I'm a little shocked of this victory tonight. I was not expecting the Knicks getting a win tonight, but I will say I'm happy for the W. As far as the team itself, the team they still need a lot of work. Defensively, offensively, they play pretty well on Donovan Mitchell. They didn't allow him to get a lot of buckets. They shut him down most of the time. As far as the team, they have to find a way to play together as a team, cohesive unit. I'm still seeing a lot of issues in the team itself. But overall, it was a very good team effort. Picking up a win against this CAVS team. Now we have to see if they can make it a 2-game winning streak against the Hawks.
Yeah, and you know what? You know,
That'll be good. That'll be
if
nice.
you
2 game
if
win
you
streak. Very
remember the
cool.
first game we played them, we were all complaining about how our defense was horrible against the three, and well, good thing that what's his name didn't play. Uh,
Trey Young.
that white dude,
Jared Allen, Dean
yeah,
Wade.
Dean Wade, and Kevin
Dean
Love
Wade.
looked to be the regular Kevin Love. So, I mean, this just proves, guys. I mean, that we sometimes we knee jerk and overreact on things because of how much we look at the team and we get exposed for certain things. But like those same, the players that killed us from three before didn't make their shots this game, and everyone's gonna say it was because of McBride and Grimes' defense, but it's a mixture of both. I'm not gonna go too far the other way or blame this or blame that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm enjoying this win. It's great. You can say what you want that they were missing Jared Allen. I'm sorry. I'm not as big on Jared Allen as everyone else is. He's not. He's a difference maker on the defensive side. He's not moving the dial for them on offense.
Wait, Jared Allen that was on the Nets with the Afro?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
on the Cavs.
yeah, he's on Cleveland.
Yeah, he didn't play the Nets.
Coach, if you don't mind,
What's up,
a
Wiz?
little
Yeah,
rebuttal about that. I don't think it's overreaction by us on our perimeter defense for the past, let's say, 5 games or so. I think our perimeter defense was very lacking, and there's still issues to it. Even the shot that I just feel blank in his name, and Audrey's defending with Mitch right there. Basically, the perimeter defense is something that I think should be something that we should never lose again because of that. Because we have Mitch inside. When we play Sims, we have Sims inside. Our heart is solid enough on the rim protection. So I think because we're not a 3-point shooting team, we have to restrict the other team from shooting as many 3-pointers, or at least score as many 3-pointers as they do, or unchallenged 3-pointers. So I think it is a factor that we have been lacking. Not to the extreme that we want to say that we completely suck, but it was bad. It was bad, and I'm concerned about. I was concerned about that. I think today we showed some difference, even though they also weren't on point themselves. But I am concerned about our perimeter defense and transition defense as a whole. Our average for home team so far this year, excluding this game, was 120 points. We gave up at home at the
Come on with the
Garden.
chewing, bro. Come on.
Hey,
At the
chop
Garden,
low. Mute your mic, chop low.
I don't
120
think it was
points.
chop. Somebody was chewing.
No, it's
Yeah,
chop low.
but
All right.
120
Go ahead. My fault,
points
Chris.
and 120 points at on the Garden's floor. That's something that should not come to our house and put up 120 points as often as the teams are doing this year. So that's a
That's
big
very
concern for
true.
me.
That is very true. Hey Dre, I know you got an awesome take too. I know your take. I'm glad that you at the end of the takes too, because I know you the long winded preacher out here. Your sermons is longer. You feel me? So
I'm
I'm
gonna try
glad
to
you got
not
it.
make it. I'm gonna try to not
Now you
make it
Gucci
too
because
long
the
with
only
it.
person after you is DSJ. DSJ the only person. Then we're gonna move on to something else. I'm
All
pressing
right.
another phone.
Yeah. About this game, I realized from the jump that our rotations got tied up, and if you notice, like a common theme, and most of our better stretches this year, our rotation was limited to nine guys as far as consistency in our play. And
Mm-hmm.
it's the reason why it's even getting to that point is because of the ill-fitting nature of our roster. Like a lot of players don't fit together. They don't really work together. They need
Mm-hmm.
strict structure to even cohesively work together. And I feel like he feels like he's almost constraint because of the lack of talent on this team. And to that point, when he's like more strict with how he wants guys to play, he also lowers the ceiling of the talent that's already on the team. So it's like a gift and a curse. He'll raise the floor but lower the ceiling, and it's an issue that we'll have all year with between him, front office, and the roster. But to speak on the game itself, I'm glad we came out with like a lot of effort. Our weak side defense was pretty solid. Granted, like someone said in the chat, Garland and Spider went 13 for 41. Those
Mm-hmm.
types of talents, even if you play perfect defense on them, they might end up going off and scoring for 60 combined on the same looks. So like I'm glad like Grimes and all these other Grimes and McBride and quickly played solid defense, but we can't really just hang our head on that. Like we did what we were supposed to do, and they held up. They unfortunately for them, they didn't hold up their end of the bargain for their skill, and we wound up with the W. This offense needs a lot of work. It needs a ton of work. Uh,
I'm telling you,
Relying
they
on
need to go buy a whole bunch of shooting machines in the Knicks facility. That's what they need to go
tech,
do.
would you believe it? But the Knicks and their training facility in Westchester have like the state of the art shooting machine with like a
Yeah.
computer that tells them their arc
Yeah.
on their shot and
Trajectories and all
everything.
that, yeah. The percentage
And
of how
it's
much you really gonna make, not just based off of, you know,
yeah, and
yeah.
it's actually ridiculous how bad this roster is. And you coming into the season, we figured we wouldn't be a great shooting team. We didn't know we would be this bad. And like all the errors that the front office made, kind of shows up. You had something to say, Coach? You wanted
Nah,
to?
No,
oh yeah, coach,
I
yeah,
went
coach
out
gonna
and
have to
back
come, man.
in.
Yeah,
But
I
Oh,
seen
okay.
him come, yeah.
but no, like but
Actually,
to go back
shooting wise,
to
Coach,
elaborate
after
on that
you,
shooting
point.
wise,
Oh, sorry.
Hold on, Coach. Go
I
ahead,
think
Coach.
Coach had,
yeah.
yeah, Coach got a
That's
point, and then Wiz got a point, and then Wiz after you pass it to DSJ, because DSJ
Yeah.
gonna give his wrap up of the game.
So like basically for me, well that's the thing I like to stress on. Like for what Dre just said, like we have the facilities. Like I know these guys are working on. Like people think that when there's not results, then they're just not working on it. Like that take to me is just trash. Anyone that says that, I'm just sorry it is. Like these all these dudes are professionals, man. I know RJ worked on shooting in the off season. I know Randall worked on his body and handle. Like everyone worked on things in the off season. These guys all shoot all the time. They shoot, they shoot, they shoot. But sometimes it doesn't translate in games. That's sports, guys. There's that's just the name of the nature of the game. Now, and I'm not a lot of guys create their own luck. You know, sometimes this game is luck, man. Sometimes the way that ball bounces around the rim, and it goes in, it goes out. It's a game of inches. Like when you're playing at this high of a level, every inch is like a mile. And the margin for error is so small when you play at this level, guys, that if one if you're off just a hair in anything, you can lose because everyone else is so good. So in the end, for me, like I know these guys are working on it. I know they're shooting. They're trying to work on their shot, but we don't have those natural knock it down shooters. We all knew that in the off season. We all knew that going into the season that there was no one on this team that was a deadpan shooter. We're like, yes, I can't wait for this guy to chuck one up. It's always like, ooh, I hope it goes in. Like with everyone that shoots a three, it's like, I hope it goes in. Yes, like we don't have that luxury of like these two or three guys on our team. Like when they're open, it just looks like it's going in. Like I see that on other teams when I watch the game. I'm like, oh, that's going in, and it goes in. For us, it's like I hope it goes in. You know, so until we have and it's consistency, guys, and that's the difference between average teams and mediocrity and in purgatory and teams that are perennial playoff teams. It's consistency. We don't have consistent shooters, and because we've shown we can explode on offense, guys. We have a good offensive team, so we have offensive talent, but defense is a defense isn't a talent; it's a mentality. So once we commit to playing defense like we did tonight, and still be consistent on offense, we're going to be a tough team to deal with. So, and that's just the God honest truth. So,
That's a good point. That's a good point,
go ahead,
dude.
Wiz.
Hey, Wiz, you got a point?
Yeah. So actually, I think in a certain way, Coach, I think we're all guilty of it. We contradict ourselves, saying we don't have, you know, real shooters, real scorers, but we got, as you saw, a really good offensive team. And
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason why we contradict ourselves because what we're looking at offensively is a measuring stick that I don't think fits who we are. If we're measuring ourselves against people like Golden State and Boston. And what we should be doing is measuring ourselves against who we are. And who we are is Randall is a bully ball, low post type, mid range shooter. Let's pick Brunson is more mid range, but is able to get to the rim easily. Shooter. I think Grimes, when let free at IQ, are actually pure 3-point shooters. But I think all of them, if I keep saying the team, even though I talk what iHeart's doing, I think the theme runs throughout the same thread runs the entire team that says we're not shooting the shots that we're good at the time we should be shooting them consistently. And that's why we're not hitting shots where you go, that's a basket. I don't think Bernard King, I think he would have done it. I think he could have done it. I think Bernard could have been a pure 3-point shooter. But Bernard's mid range and Patrick's mid range
Butter.
were beautiful. But they did what they did best. Actually, Bernard had an interview where he talked about it. He goes, I know the spots I shoot from. And when I'm at a place, I know exactly where I'm going to go for the shot that I know I'm going to get. And he didn't go further out or he didn't go in. He found the spot. And that's our problem is not shooting from the spot we're good at consistently. Like, I'm not again. It's not a match against Randall. When Randall went 8 for 13 from three, the next game we knew he was going to try to go back to the same thing but that's not his shot. It's great when it's falling, but that's not his shot. So I think as a team, and I get it, I have to point to the coaching of it of why we're not getting the shots at the place we need to get the shots consistently enough that we're going to perform and put up 100. We can put up 120 points a game by hitting the shots we're good at without trying to be Golden State. And that's something I find challenging to watch us play. And then when we take shots, IQs are fouled, so he's watching the shot. Even Brunson runs up there and feels the pressure to be the hero and throws a three up. And I'm like, oh man, could you just like 10 seconds into the shot clock? Why right away? Things like that happen so consistently. RJ is a perfect example of that game. He goes back and wants to hit the three right away, and that's not his shot. And Randall was open. Actually had a small tap on the inside, which would have been a nice either drive and dump it to Randall or drop it to Randall first. So many different ways we could have had it, and we're not taking the shots we're good at by playing a higher IQ game. And that's basically that may be the thing. It's a level of IQ we're playing with.
There's no iron team. Basically, what you're saying, sir. No iron team.
So
Salute.
DSJ, give me your point, but right before DSJ gives his point, I want y'all to let you know in the chat I got a special segment coming up, so stay with me real quick. Right after DSJ give his point, it's gonna get real spicy, so stay tuned. So DSJ, you here, baby?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, baby.
Yeah. First off, salute to everybody on the panel. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, salute.
Sloppy win tonight, but thank the basketball gods that Cleveland was just as sloppy. thank the basketball gods that the referees were calling it both ways. Because Lord have mercy, I get tired of I get tired of pointing out ref how you miss it on them as well. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Um, I just want to be as consistent as possible. I would be as consistent as a look on Tip's face every time a foul call that he doesn't like gets called with the open mouth and the confused look. We deserve better. Coach, you deserve to be able to sit through a game and not almost spill a drink because of a bonehead play. Um,
Yes.
Dre, my man, you deserve to be able to watch a game and celebrate RJ hitting consistent buckets. Um,
We all deserve that.
I wanted, I just, for me, again, you know what I'm saying. It was a win, and we can celebrate that as much as possible. There are a couple things that I did like seeing that I didn't normally see from players. For instance, I like the fact that Obi Toppin, although it was an attempt that didn't lead to success, I like that he actually put the ball on the floor for pump fake, getting into the cup, as opposed to always trying to slide in, leak out for dunks and stuff like that. Show some level of versatility, working on your ball handling skills. I like that Mitch did a fantastic job on Evan Mobley on that block. Um, the last play, that Mobley had the ball in the fourth quarter, trying to get low. He had beat Mitch a couple of times, and that time it didn't work out in his favor because that could have been a momentum shift right there had he had drained that bucket. I want to thank the basketball gods that he allowed both Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell to have bad games. We know that's not normalcy, so I'm gonna celebrate that as much as possible because although the defense was good, I've seen them have, what I'm saying, contested shots that they make on a regular basis. So I want to thank the basketball guys that it didn't work out tonight. I want
I
to thank
want
the
to say,
basketball. I want to thank the basketball guys that Jared Allen wasn't there to affect the interior the same way that Mitch does, because it could have easily have been just even worse shooting night for both R.J. Barrett and Julius Randle.
Not even getting to
So
the rebounds because the rebound discrepancy was huge because there was no Jared.
Mm.
right. I want
so
to say
let's
big shout out to the chat because they is lit in the chat. They showing a bunch of love in the chat to each other. So if you not in the chat, you might as well get in the chat and show a bunch of love to somebody. Say salute to whoever you see down there.
Salute
They
the
gonna
chat.
salute
You
you back.
already.
They lit down there. Be in the chat. They lit. Hit the like. Hit the subscribe. Turn on the notification, baby. We lit. So this segment right here is called Hot Mic. So this part right here is when we gonna just throw a topic out there and y'all gonna jump in. You feel me? You already know. You can cut somebody off. You somebody say something you don't like, try to jump in. If you don't get in there, you gotta shut up and let somebody get their point across. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how we rocking right now. And where we gonna start at right now is why wasn't Cam Reddish in the game?
because he was
Was
sitting on the couch.
Thibodeau's a dumb
I've been
ass.
said
No,
that.
no, 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 no. I actually think there was a rhyme or reason for why there was no Cam
I'm trying to tell you,
and no Rose. There's a rhyme and a reason. Okay, so for
some.
instance, okay, we know we're going against 2-6-1 guards that are very dynamic and shifty and love to run through pick and roll offense a ton. And if we put Rose out there, he would have got eaten alive. They would have went downhill on him. If we would have put out Cam out there, we know sometimes Cam struggles to get through screens. And the main issue that we have is point of attack defense. And those two guys apply so much pressure that Grimes and Quickly and McBride and Arden to a lesser extent, and even Brunson can get through screens sometimes and show some effort. These guys are our best guys as far as point of attack and start stopping the initial breakdown on defense. And a lot of times we have issues with our point of attack, and we went all in with our point of attack with smaller guys that can stick on to these small, dynamic, shifty guys and give them a harder time. Like for instance, I feel like Cam's strength defensively is guarding guys that are bigger wings, bigger guards. But I don't think it
Mhm.
would be a good matchup for Cam to be out on the perimeter on an island trying to check Garland, going back and forth with 2, 3 screens over and over until Garland gets the look that he wants. It's just not fair to a 6'9", 6'8" wing to consistently try to guard like those small, shifty guys. So I feel like it was the right idea to go with our smaller, more shifty guys that can navigate these picks and give these guys a harder time. Like there's a reason why they went 13 for 41. It's not completely all on them. Did miss shots, but I feel like the rotation gave us the best chance to consistently defend those guys tonight, in my opinion.
Mm.
That's it. Now, if they had
I
like a
think
guy like
Cam Reddish
Jason
didn't play
Tatum,
because his
go
last
ahead.
performance against Dallas, man, it looked like he had a rhythm going a few games, and it looked like he just lost that rhythm.
He
That's
he
how
got
I
his
felt about
minutes
why he didn't
he
get
got
the
his minutes
minutes.
cut down because Grimes came back, but then he looked terrible in that game. But like I feel like he's earned enough. I feel like he's earned enough cachet where he can have a bad performance. I just feel like this particular matchup probably wouldn't have been the best, especially coming off of a bad game. He's probably gonna have like a get his mind right game one of the next 2 games, and he'll probably figure it out. Where we go against teams that are a little bit bigger and more athletic, and I feel like he would fit in more. But when we go against a team with 2 dynamic, small, shifty guards, I feel like Cam Reddish's services might not be necessarily needed if we have like a McBride on the bench, and we know how great IQ is on defense. That's it. But that was a little bit long-winded. But yeah.
Yeah, but can't.
No,
But,
He wasn't
well,
playing because Cam wasn't needed tonight. That's all it is. He just wasn't needed
yeah.
tonight.
Well, I hope
I,
that's what it is.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
Cam
Tibbs
is bad. Though.
Fournier ain't played tonight either.
I don't think Tibbs was conscious or thinking about not saying
Fournier
Cam.
ain't
Fournier
I
is
playing
think
like
never
8
needed on this team
games.
right now.
Hey,
I know,
Wiz,
but
what was you saying?
I think
Somebody's getting
Rose
traded.
was a conscious decision,
Yeah.
but I don't think Cam was. I think Cam was Rose. I think I'm sorry. Tibbs actually he's still very rigid, so he's very rigid sometimes to the benefit of people getting playing time if we're going well. So I think tonight he probably had Cam ready, but he saw what was happening when he bought in a switch for Brunson with Deuce because he knew Deuce was needed to shut down the defense, and Rose couldn't do it. So once he bought in Deuce, and he saw the way the game was flowing, it's very hard for him to change direction, and he wants to go. You know what? It's working, and he hangs on to what's working as long as he possibly can until it stops working. Unfortunately, tonight it didn't stop. So he didn't need to be as flexible and as open to putting in Cam as he probably may have thought about doing initially. So I think I mean again I want to dismiss his coaching IQ, but to a certain extent he's a rigid player, he's a rigid coach, and he kind of sticks with stuff that works until it stops working. And unfortunately, he may go a little too long. And it almost caught us today because they didn't make a big comeback. And somehow, though, we have the guys. Those guys are young enough and fresh enough. IQ, Grimes, and Deuce. And then, of course, with you know with Brunson getting enough rest, they kept the fire up and they kept it lit enough to go. Okay, we can fight, and they fought their way out of getting overtaken by Donovan Mitchell and those cats. So I'm going to put it on a fortune in our defensive scheme working enough that he didn't see the need and Tibbs, stubbornness to stick with what's going. Which makes
So
it
what do
sound
y'all
like I'm
think
calling
about
Tibbs a bad
IQ?
coach.
But here's the
So what do
thing,
you?
guys. Like before we elaborate on IQ some more, just the point I want to piggyback on some of the things we've been saying with Tibbs. Look, the way Tibbs has had this team constructed and the way the offense, what's one of the biggest things we complained about that we're too slow, like our offense is too stagnant or too slow, like we haven't like our possessions and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm looking at StatMuse and our field goal attempts, we're 5th in the league in field goal attempts a game. We average 91.8 field goal attempts a game. That's 5th in the league. So we're putting up the shots to create offense. We are playing at a faster pace this year, guys. I know some of y'all don't think we are, but we are. So, and Jalen Brunson is direct, reason for that. And the thing is, so the problem is we shoot horrible. That's our problem. Period. We're 5th. We put up the 5th most shots in the league, but we're 24th in the league in field goal percentage. We're last. We're last in the league. We're 30th in the league in 3-point percentage, and we're 12th in attempts. So we're in the top 5 and the top 12 in attempts and field goals and 3-pointers, but we're not making them.
We attempt so many because we get so many offensive rebounds. That's because we miss so much.
Yeah,
so we get extra shots.
Yeah, we're getting second shots. Yeah, but think if we made these shots, though, you know what I'm saying? If we were just an average we're just not efficient. That's what it comes down to, guys.
Because I bet you when the Knicks have practice, there's no drills. It's just scrimmage. There's no
Tim's gonna run everybody down. Right? Yeah, just scrimmage.
But
you said a stat. No, you said a stat that's basically telling you that is one player that averaging that stat or Jalen Brunson. But remember,
no, it's not one player; it's the whole team.
No. But listen, remember, he is averaging and scoring or whatever that has the team stat overall, right? Or no?
No. I'm just saying, because the way he pushes the ball up the court.
Right,
quicker because he's bringing the ball up instead of RJ and Randall, last year. Because we have a true point guard bringing up and starting the offense, we're getting in our offense faster, and we're playing at a faster pace. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But now
with the numbers though,
the unfortunate negative to that is this: we're third. We're third in the league. The opponents only shoot 45% against us, though. So we're actually playing pretty good defense, better than we're giving ourselves credit for, percentage-wise. We're only giving up 45% as a team. That's 3rd in the league.
I'm gonna.
The problem is we give up a lot of offensive rebounds. That's why. That's the issue. You give up offensive rebounds.
A little devil's advocate with our percentage, our defense. I think our playing style affects teams' ability to get their shots, and some of them actually may react to our up tempo that causes them to get out of their game a little bit. So to a certain extent, because I think we've seen a lot of misses by teams to play against. Even open shots.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's a tempo of the game, just like with us, where they're playing a different speed, a different movement. That is not our defense causing it, but our style of play, especially pushing the ball up so much that it kind of throws them off. I think it may catch up to us eventually, as sometimes it has, especially, past couple games where teams make a comeback because they settled down and they made the adjustment. And once they settle themselves down and made an adjustment with a good coach, they're going to catch us because we just don't have. Again, our perimeter defense is a lot of misses by the teams as much as us challenging their shots. But again, I think they're taking the shots because they think that's the way they should beat us. I don't know. I'm just trying to be as balanced as possible and not look at are we really that good defensively? I see lots of holes, but we're not as bad as people say. We're not as great as people say, and there's some dynamics causing teams to miss shots against us. Not just the fact that we are stopping them from taking the shots. They're taking our shots, and open shots.
Yeah, and we're getting. And I know when we watch the games, because we're so engrossed in every possession that sometimes something we see 3 or 4 times in a game, we tend to over exaggerate. Like, oh, this is something we do all the time, because we're always watching it.
Yes,
But
sir.
that's why stats are a good thing because it shows the big picture. Because sometimes you can overlook and overanalyze things, which that's what we do. Because we're watching every second of the game. So when we see someone do one or two boneheaded things, it's like, oh, they're always doing something stupid, you know.
Yes,
So
sir.
like, and like the thing is with the rebounds, like it pisses us off, and I watch it too with you guys. Oh my God, we keep giving them rebounds. We keep giving them because it's always at like an important part of the game, like when we're trying to like keep the lead and we're letting them creep back and we keep letting them get second shots. But you know, when you look at the rebounding stats as a whole, we're third in the league in total rebounds. We're fifth in offensive boards and eighth in defensive boards. Now, I'm like Dre. I think I keep thinking we have a problem on the defensive boards. Because every time I keep seeing us missing a defensive board and the other team gets a second shot and they make it. I'm like, dang it. You
We're
know,
not boxing out, man.
we're not boxing out. We suck at defensive boards. But then you look at it
Mm.
as
But
far
it's
as the
not
league,
enough of us. Hold on a second,
the
coach. There's
league
not enough
rank.
of us rebounding though.
No, I think the only people that are rebounding consistently on this team are our fives and Randall once in a while. Like everyone else is all over the place with rebounds.
It's
Like,
it's 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 like a lot of guys want to just sneak in and steal a board. They don't want to put a backside on someone and then
Nobody's
like box them
boxing
out for the
out.
board.
Yeah,
That-
no
It's
boxing out.
really
Girl
That's
if
the
you
fundamental.
key
if
to
you
rebounding.
if you remembered earlier in the game, I think Clyde. They said two guys were trying to box out Mitch. And it was literally there's a reason why two guys are trying to box out Mitch because no one else is down there trying to box out anyone else. So they're just going to try to take out the one guy that's
Mm.
consistently underneath the hoop getting those boards. And it's
Mm-hmm.
Mitch on both ends consistently trying to attack the glass, and everyone else is just watching.
yeah, yeah, because that's his game.
Yeah, I
I'm not
mean,
even
That's his
gonna
yes.
bread and
lie.
I
butter.
mean,
I'm
I
not even
mean,
gonna
yes,
lie.
coach. I mean, yes, coach. But if you watch other teams that run small ball, they have emphasis on everyone boxing out because you have to do it as a unit.
No,
The
yeah,
Knicks
no,
feel
no.
like the
I'm
Knicks
saying
feel
he
like
does
only
that
Mitch
because
is
he.
supposed to do it. Yeah,
No,
I'm not even
that's what
gonna
I'm
lie.
saying.
Mitchell
That's a
Robinson have
problem.
been doing
yeah.
very well as of lately. The last couple of games, he's been playing very well. Rebounding the ball, even being strong going up with the ball. He's been doing excellent.
No, I
Yeah.
like
You
the way
know.
I don't
Mitch.
know.
The only thing Mitch is to me has always been a very strong rebounder, and to me he's just continuing that part of his game like I always knew he had. But what I've liked since he's been back from injury is it seems like he's got a little more aggressiveness, like around the rim, like on offense, like you said. Like it seems like wants to be more part of it.
Oh, I will say Hartenstein is one of the few guys that actually box out like consistently, or he tries to box out. Everyone
Yeah,
else
like
is just be watching him box out,
Mhm.
going to war.
Nah, he's
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
no
yeah.
lie
That's
about
yeah.
that.
Right,
There's
right.
no lie about that, man. I was
like
saying that
I've
last week.
honestly seen Hartenstein like at least every game. There's at least 3 to 4 or 5 times that I've seen him box out and he let someone else get the rebound on the team, like instead of him just going to grab it, like just so he can keep boxing out the guy.
What
You know,
about Grimes? Grimes had rebounds today. What was the offensive rebounds and the defensive rebounds today for the New York Knicks in this matchup that we
Uh,
won?
Yeah, that's true.
we
That's
definitely
true.
oh,
That is
dominated
true.
on the glass, but
oh
that
yeah,
we dominated because like Mobley is a little light in the ass. He can't really match up to Mitch on the glass. It would have been Jared Allen on there, and Jared
Yeah,
Allen
definitely.
is Jared Allen is an equal match for Mitch as far as rebounding is concerned.
Yeah.
hmm yeah, and this is where I was talking about, like where
One second,
we need to look each like normally if Jared Allen was in, like for Cleveland, that's something where this game, as far as personnel, should change. Like every team we play, the personnel has got to be a little different. We can't. We're not
You gotta
good enough.
adjust.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not good enough to force our brand of basketball and our style as to dictate the style of the game. We're not good enough at what we do to force that as a style. So we have to find a way to match who we're playing. So if we're playing a team that's got a couple of bigs, we need to play a little bigger. You know what I'm saying? Because now we have enough fives to throw at them to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's some games where we got to play a little smaller, and there's times where Mitch and Hartenstein, some of them, they ain't be able to play as much,
I
just
feel
like
like
they did,
we did some
just
of
like
it
they did with
today.
Cam. Yeah,
I feel like we did some of it today where we matched our smaller guards with their smaller guards just to
like
guard
like
them.
like we're gonna want to play in a team that's gonna have a whole bunch of wings because Cleveland's got the same problem we got. They don't have wings either. Think about it.
Nah, that's true.
All they got is they got a bunch of fours that can shoot too.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't have like a natural like. Think about who their wing is. They ain't got a good wing.
Yeah, you right about that.
They got the same
So
problem
this,
we got.
I'm not even gonna lie. This part,
They
I
got trading
dedicate
pieces.
this part to my guy Adam. I just met this guy Adam probably not too long ago, probably a couple games at the beginning of next season. He's been teamed up with me while I've been doing the play by play, and he's been taking care of NBA scores. So at this time, I want Adam to take care of all the NBA scores that's going on. I want him to give us a detailed view of the
Hey,
NBA
brothers, I'll be
scores
right back.
and the detailed player performances of what's going on around the NBA for us. If he's here, I don't know if Adam's here.
You want me to give the NBA scores update?
Yeah, you give us a detailed one, not a halftime report. We want a detailed one, baby.
Oh,
We want
I can
detailed
give you the
player
final
performance.
scores.
Yeah, final scores. Can you give us player performances or not? Like the top
Okay.
play. Can you just give us like the top players in the games for each team and the scores?
Mm. All right, the final scores in the NBA is, of course, us 92 to 81 over the Cavs. There's one game still in action. The Trailblazers are up 75 to 61 over Indiana in the third quarter. The final scores: Pelicans 121 over Denver 106. The Suns 133 over 95 over the Spurs. The Celtics beat Brooklyn 103 to 92.
Mm.
The Grizzlies beat Detroit 122 to 112. The Lakers beat Washington 130 to 119. And Sacramento beat the Bulls 110 to 101.
Yeah.
As far as the players, and I don't know how to get the players, the
All
players
right,
highlights.
I might be able to get the players. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Can you
I
guys
will
see?
give you the Laker
Can you
game
still?
that AD put up 55 though. That's one thing I want to say.
Okay. Can
Cray
y'all
cray.
still
And
hear me?
there, yeah, there's your NBA
Yeah, I can
scores
still hear you.
finals.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that's what's up. What's up?
All right.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, brother.
I just wanted to make sure.
Okay, so in the Pelican and the Nuggets game, wow. In the Pelican Nuggets game, you had Jokic drop 32, and for the Pelicans, who beat the Nuggets 121 to 106, you had Jose Alvarado lead the Pelicans with 38 points.
Wow.
That's a
Wow.
Brooklyn native. He from Brooklyn, man. Every time he come play us, he play hard.
So in the Suns game,
Pause.
you had the Suns in
Pause,
the
yeah.
Suns
Gotta
game,
be
you
on
had the
pause.
Suns win 133 to 95 against the Spurs. DeAndre Ayton led the way for the Suns, and Keldon Johnson led the way he was the top scorer of the game with 27. In this game, Devin Booker had 20 points, Bridges had 20, Dario Sargis had 17, Keldon Johnson had 27, and that's really about it. For the Celtics and the Nets, the Celtics beat the Nets 103-92, a rematch of the playoffs. Jaylen Brown had 34, while Kevin Durant had 31. Jason Tatum had 29 points on a very efficient 10 of 19 with 11 rebounds. Jaylen Brown was also very efficient on his 34 points of 10 of 20 shooting with 10 rebounds. Kevin Durant was 31 points on not too bad, but it's efficient as well, 13 of 24 shooting. But I don't know if it's that efficient. But Kyrie Irving only 18 points shooting 7 of 21. The Grizzlies beat the Pistons by 10, 122, 112. John Morant with 33, Sadiq Bey with 22, and Jaren Jackson also with 22 as well. Bogdanovich had 18, and Killian Hayes had 13. Sadiq Bey had 24 off the bench. He's the leading scorer for the Pistons. Lakers versus the Wizards. You said AD had 55. He did. Porzingis had 27 as well. Anthony Davis had 55 and 17 rebounds. Porzingis had 27. Kyle Kuzma had 26. And Gafford had 19 off the bench. The Bulls versus the Kings. And that was the last game. The Bulls versus the Kings. You have who's the highest? Malik Monk had 20. Zach LaVine went for 41. DeMar DeRozan had 18. And Harrison Barnes had 17. What happened, buddy? What happened, buddy?
Who won the Bulls versus Sacramento game again?
Who won the Bulls Sacramento game? The Kings. 110, 101.
Kings.
What happened? What happened? What happened? So, yeah, I'm glad I got to do the updates around the whole league. I'm glad the Knicks won tonight. I'm glad you guys came out and showed some love to us, to the Knicks,
You
stream,
already.
to Greenify stream, man. I thank you guys all for coming out and showing love. For real, for real.
Yeah, you know it,
Salute,
bro.
bro.
That's what's up, Winnie.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Like, subscribe.
like and subscribe.
Definitely.
At this time, I low-key wanted to talk about how my New York Giants tied with the Washington Commanders.
Man, I'm sick.
And
I'm
That's
sick.
what I
I
want
don't
to
even.
know. Yeah, I want to know. Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sick about
very
that.
super
I
sick.
was watching
I'm
it.
mad. I'm mad
That was a
about
good
that, and
game.
it was a great game, and I'm just trying to register. I'm just trying to register, like, okay, really, realistically, if it does come down to the last game, we're kind of in a good seat, but it's just. I'm in a space right now where a tie isn't as good as a win, but it isn't as good as a loss. So it's like I don't know where I sit right now with the tie.
Because we could have won that game.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
first of
Definitely.
all,
we
we should
definitely
have
could
won
have
that.
won the game, and
We should have won that game.
I don't know what they were doing with the play calling at the end. Like the play calling at the end of the game was very like sketchy.
Yeah.
No, what happened was is we were going for
We was going
the
for the
all.
out of bounds. We was going out of bounds to stop the clock,
No,
and it
bro.
was short.
No, I'm talking about at the end of the game. I'm talking about the end at the end of the
Oh,
regular.
all right, all right.
You know what I'm saying? When we, you know what I'm saying? Where we should have won the game, and my man dropped the ball. That's where
Slayton.
Clayton. Yeah, exactly. I wish he'd have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, God knows, I wish he'd have caught that ball because right then and there we could have won the game right there in regulation. You know,
Mm-hmm.
defense played solid. I liked how we stepped up and we pretty much shut them down in the in overtime. You know what I'm saying? But with the fact that we couldn't put up points and we kind of put our kicker in a messed up situation where he had to
And
kick.
the kicker missed the kick. He kicked the.
Yeah,
Remember, it was
look,
short.
Yeah, that
58
was
yards.
tough though. 58 yards. That's a tough.
That's
I mean, he
58
made it
yards.
62. And
You talking about like right there, not too far from where the Meadowlands used to be, where all that wind be whipping. That was not a good look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's windy out in New York right now. It's cold. It's windy. Yeah.
So yeah, that was like I was sick. When I say I was sick, oh my god, I was sick because only due
we
to
had
the
it.
fact because we had those two major losses in the division to the Cowboys. You know, and that's why that you know what I'm saying us losing to them was very big on Thanksgiving. We should have pulled that game out. I felt like we.
Mm.
What? Wait a
Mm,
minute. They allow ties in the NFL season.
yeah,
That doesn't make no sense.
it does because you
No.
got to think every team. Listen. They have a 10 minute. They have a 10 minute fifth quarter technically. All right, and each team gets an opportunity. Just say if we go down the field and we kick a field goal, the game ain't over no more. That's how it used to be. Now, what I'm saying, the other team gets a chance after we kick that field goal to come down and march down the field and see if they can do the same thing. So,
Yeah, but it won't rack up your wins.
I mean,
You
it's
do,
just
you don't
part of
get
the
a
game.
win from the tie.
Yeah, but I mean, but it's not. But also too, you don't gain a loss neither.
You don't get a loss either, so your record remains 7-4.
Well, yeah, seven and
Yeah,
four,
I,
one, seven,
I
four, and
like
one.
that.
In the
I
long
think
run,
I,
having a tie is better than having a loss on the record, though.
yeah, but I'm
When
glad
it
that
comes to
they
tiebreakers at the end of seasons and stuff like that.
Exactly.
um, they,
Mhm.
So
they
that's
gotta
why
change that.
that's why next week when we play
That's
Philly,
whack.
it is what it is. But next week when we play Philly, that game is very, very big because just for the simple fact that which call has one up on us, as far as Washington as a winning the division.
Mm.
Any Jets fans?
I don't know about that.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Jets
I'm a
won.
Jets
No, the
fan, and
Jets won.
I don't even
No,
want to
no, the
talk
Jets.
about it, man. I don't even want to talk
Man,
about
God
it.
bless you.
The
God
Jets
bless you. I don't know
lost.
how you ended up that way,
Yeah,
but
because we did. Yeah, I lost earlier. I was
I don't even want to talk about them, dog. Like I don't even.
like,
I hear
They
you. I
make me
hear
more
you.
depressed than the Knicks do, man. And they got a good record. So how that work?
Yeah, if the Giants would have lost and the Knicks would have lost today, I would have definitely been in depression. I was in depression yesterday.
I
It's like
don't
whatever,
even
man.
talk about it.
We'll figure it out, I guess.
Anybody hockey fans?
Yeah, I'm a Rangers fan. I like the
Yep,
Rangers.
yep. Let's go
I'm
Islanders.
I'm
Devils.
Islander fan.
yeah, I'm a Ranger
Islanders,
fan.
Islanders,
I
baby.
I am a casual hockey fan. I will only tune in when they're in the playoffs doing something. And I will
Uh,
admit that. I'm not gonna lie and pretend, bro.
I agree.
yeah. Well, those of you that Ranger fans, Rangers just suck right now.
Seems
Mm.
like all
The
the New
The
Rangers,
York
Rangers are
the
teams.
like the
Rangers,
Knicks.
yep, the Rangers are definitely like the Knicks. They cannot hold no lead. They could be up 4-0 and the team will come back in the last period and beat them 5 to
Mm.
1, 5 to
Yeah,
4.
Yep.
is that an MSG curse? Mm.
yeah.
Oh
Nah, we don't
man.
got no curse, man. Don't put that in the air, man.
All right, my bad, my bad.
Hey
Ooh,
don't
yo,
don't put that in the air, man. We don't need
I'm,
that.
I'm
And
gonna
it's
Another
be.
crazy because the Rangers season is kind of similar too because they had a first year
Oh,
coach. They went to the playoffs unexpectedly, went really far, and now they just
hey, coach, what you got there?
try.
I'm gonna be off cams tearing up this lasagna.
Oh man, that
Why you
I'm
sounds
give
about to
good,
me?
go get
Why
some
coach.
you give me a
spaghetti.
plate? Give me a plate.
Got me
Yeah.
some
When the Knicks win, you
got
eat
me some
good.
bread.
You got a garlic bread
Coach
too?
went full Italian tonight, man.
Look,
I,
this
hey,
was
I'm about.
it's Sunday, baby. The Sunday sauce. It's Italian tradition.
That's what's
Yeah.
up.
So
I'm
I'm
about
I'm
to
gonna
go home to some spaghetti.
I'm gonna be off mic
All right,
you
slamming this
got.
stuff
coach.
down.
Oh,
I mean, I'm
good
gonna
stuff.
be
Y'all
Good
I'm
stuff.
gotta
Wicked stuff.
I mean
keep it light at night, man. Y'all gotta get y'all some trail mix,
That
man. Y'all
trail
gotta keep
mix?
it
hey,
light.
I woke
Y'all
up
gotta
Yeah.
keep
late,
it
so
light, man.
I'm having a late dinner.
You gotta keep it light
Hmm
at night, man.
I'm still here rocking. I'm gonna put my cam down just so I can tear this up and get sloppy with it.
Hey, enjoy that plate, coach.
I'm
Again,
still
Pause.
here
coach's
though.
sleep schedule is different than everybody else's, so this is could be like a day to him. So he can eat. He can eat. Yo, I mean, my concern with this team, guys, is I don't know because I'm like Freezy. Freezy, you said you
You
became
didn't
a
even give me
fan
a
in
take on
like,
the Giants, Wiz.
oh man, I don't want to because I'm not happy with Tide Washington, man. I'm not happy with Tide Washington. So I'm a Giants fan, but I see again flaws. But at the same time, I'm pleased because I didn't expect them to be a winning team this season. So
Mm.
the Giants and the Knicks actually have me in the same place where actually no, Giants I'm more hopeful. But at the same time, I didn't expect the Giants to have a winning season. So today's game kind of showed me who they are again. that they're probably an average team that should have
Mm-hmm.
beaten Washington because the, everything counted in this game being a game that we win because we could actually get a division win, be the weaker team out of division and get close to get them away from us, and we can actually solidify a playoff spot. Because since we're going for the since we're close to the playoff, might as well go for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted to catch the Cowboys. I really do not ever want to lose to the Cowboys. I mean, or be behind the Cowboys. I'm glad the Cowboys got smacked today. I think they did, right? Oh no, not
How
today.
about them Cowboys?
Oh, that's right. Ah, God, freezing. The good thing about today though, in sports, is that in my fantasy football league, I played the top guy in the league today, and for the second time this season, I beat him. And his name happens to be what's his name, Uncle Freezy? I did just mean I waxed him today, and I'm like an average. I'm five. I was 5-7. He's 10-2 today, and today I waxed his team in fantasy
All I
football. So
want
that's
to
a good
say
thing
is,
about today. It was
all I want
Freezy.
to
I beat
say is,
Freezy.
in the fantasy football, I was 1-7, but now your boy is sitting third in the conference.
Oh snap!
Strong. GM of
Well,
the year.
Freezy, I
Stop
got you
playing with
today,
me.
man. But otherwise, I mean, I'm okay with a tie. Just as long as we didn't lose, but I'd rather. I really wanted to win today, and I mean, it was within our grasp to win on two occasions.
No, I did want to win to
So,
it today as well. With like, I wanted that win so bad. Like that offensive lineman when he flexed on that guy, like that just, I was just like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And then the Darius Slayton, like, and then as soon as he drops that, they put the they put the screen, they put on the screen the percentage of his drop rate. Dude is second in the NFL in drop percentage at 15%. Darius
now, two of
Slayton.
those passes though were a little long by. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. It was him. It was him. That's not game
I ain't
though.
gonna lie, it's like they always say, that ball hit you with two hands, you supposed to catch that thing.
You got to catch it. Yeah.
You
I'm
supposed to
sorry,
catch
but in
that thing.
professional sports, it should not be ties, bro. They need to work on that.
No, that is a
They
fact.
should.
That is
By the way,
like utterly. But I think it's better for like the standings wise. Like how you said, like when it comes down to wins and losses, it's not gonna be a lot of ties if you really think about it. Like so, like the
Yeah,
last
but
time the
but
Giants actually had a tie was 1997. The Giants actually tied. It was the last time.
right.
I
By
feel
the way,
like
did
I feel
anyone
like because
ever
football is
before the
such
season?
a physical sport and someone could get hurt on literally any play. I don't think it would be a
Right.
good idea for a game to just keep going on and on and on,
I just feel
especially
like the
when it's
way the
so physically
scoring method
trendy.
is.
no, that's why they need to do the playoffs just like high school and college. Just put the ball to 20,
Oh yeah, and just go back and
25.
forth. Who wins?
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
wins?
And then someone go for two. Did anyone put money on the
Then it
start of
wouldn't
the
be
year
no
that the best
defense though.
quarterback in New York would be a fifth round. The best quarterback in New York team would be a fifth round draft pick named Mike White. But he looked good
Mike
today.
White, man, Mike White is not that good. I don't want to hear it. 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 I don't want to hear nothing about this Mike White. And Mike LaFleur is arguably the worst offensive coordinator in football, bar none.
Dang, God.
He is terrible.
He's
That's
definitely
why,
not worse than Garrett.
bro. This is why I'm not even completely all the way out on Zach Wilson because this OC is horrible. He is
Pause.
horrible.
Oh, 1 second, Dre. Let me. Wills, you just said Mike White, a fifth round pick for the Giants?
No, Jets.
Oh, okay. I'm
The
about to
Jets,
say,
the Jets,
man.
the
I'm
Jets
about
didn't
to.
even draft him. The Jets didn't
No,
even
I
draft
said,
him.
my statement was, did you guys, would you guys believe
Hey
the
Greeny,
best?
Greeny, I'm about to dip, bro. It was a pleasure you having me over, man. It feels so comfortable in here. Bro,
Thanks, Unc,
this
for
joint is
showing
gonna
some
be
love, man.
something.
Thank you.
This joint is gonna be so great, bro. This joint is gonna be so great. You know what I mean? Hey, keep doing your thing. I gotta do some show prep. Well, you know what time it is.
Mm-hmm.
You
You
know
do
what
it.
it
Just
is.
Good.
handle your
Always.
business. Handle your business.
Yeah,
Thanks, Unc.
man.
Thank you for coming by, showing some love, man. Big salute
All
to you. Big
all
shout
right,
out to
boss.
Blanche Tears. Thank you for coming through, showing some love. You can get back to your point. I'm sorry, whoever was talking.
No, my
Oh,
statement was that the best quarterback today in New York, on New York based football teams, is a fifth round draft pick. Because he looked better than Daniel and Zach today.
Man,
Mike
stop it.
White looked. He
Stop
looked
it.
good
Daniel
Stop
today.
it.
Jones,
Come
Daniel
on.
Jones
Stop.
was nice. You're
Stop
bugging.
it.
Daniel
Stop
Jones
it.
was nice today. You're bugging.
Stop it.
Man,
Stop it.
But
that
Mike
boy,
looked better. I'm sorry. Mike
no,
looked good.
no, man, that boy got into the red zone 6 times and got 1 touchdown. That's not good,
And you
bro.
know what it
That's a
was?
failure.
Offensive
That's a
coordinator. The bad
failure.
calls. It
It's
was not
bad
him. It was
calls,
the
but
calls.
the reason they even got down to the red zone and all these plays were big plays
Was
that were
him.
generated off of yak, like players making plays. Like he just gets the ball to them and they make the plays. He's not like
I
throwing
know, but
dimes out there or anything. He's just out
what?
there being he's just a
But
passenger, man. He's
no, he
not
was
that good,
dropping some
man.
dimes. No, he was dropping some
No,
dimes.
basically,
Sorry, I
basically what
saw
he
it
did is
differently.
he
He
attacked
should have
that
got
zone.
picked twice.
They
He got
zoned him up. They zoned him up, and he
Big
attacked
shout
that
out to
zone.
Boulevard. Big shout out to Boulevard in the chat. He's on my fault, core.
Nah, you good. He
Yeah.
attacked that zone that they put out there on him because they didn't think he was going to do anything with it, and those players made plays. He found those people in those windows, and that's how you get those yak yards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
but he was accurate. I thought
but
he was
when it
very
came
accurate.
down to it, down at the goal line, he couldn't really punch it in. He had one
Well, you
chance
know
to
Nah,
what?
punch it in, and
That
the
sack,
receiver dropped it. But if you
the
have
sack he
five
got up
other
from that
chances, you
sack.
got to get touchdowns, not field goals, man. You have five other
When you saw the
chances.
sack he got up from, he got from that sack. That sack was taking 90% of quarterbacks out of the league. That sack he had was a full-on blast from a lineman coming full speed, and he got up, brushed it off, and he came. I thought he could have been in, concussion protocol because he
And
got
the,
hammered.
and the one thing I don't like about Mike White, he's as much
Yeah.
as a statue as Joe Flacco is, man. If you get him
Okay,
rolling
I
out,
thought it was
he cannot make a throw on the move at all. Like
no.
like as soon as he gets out the pocket, the play you might as well just throw it out of bounds, man, because you just gonna throw it at your feet. You gonna throw it every
Wow.
which way.
Okay.
So
Well, that's probably.
the Jets are in a bad place, man, as far as
Well,
quarterbacks.
I thought he was doing good. Maybe I didn't see him enough because there are two
He
times
was
at the
doing
goal line.
serviceable, but he wasn't great. He was just serviceable, in my
he was
opinion.
game
At
managing.
Yeah, and
the
he
goal
threw
line today, though,
57
he turned
times.
down
Bro.
two. I thought, okay, so he's not good. He can't run,
Yeah, because all the Jets running backs are hurt.
but if he can't run, can
We
Mike
had a
White
running
run?
back. Mike, this is what I put on Mike LaFleur. We have a short yardage back that we literally traded a fifth-round draft pick for, and he's running
Right.
this little scat back at the goal line 2-3 times when we have like a big bruiser back that we just traded for to actually use at the goal line. Like
Okay,
he
that's why I'm
tries too
talking about
hard to get
OC.
cute. He tries too hard to get cute in the red zone. That's
That's
why
what
we
I'm talking
couldn't
about
really
OC.
punch it in.
Okay,
Yeah,
so at the goal line when it was going for when they were within in actually 5 yards out, right? They were like five
let's see.
yards out. That at that point, bringing that bruiser and there should have been one bootleg, at least one bootleg to keep the defense honest, and they did zero of
Nah,
that.
That's the problem.
I
That's the
mean,
man.
problem. When he runs bootleg, he can't actually throw on the move. Like Mike White really is. He's a
Nah,
pocket
well,
passer for real.
you
okay.
trying to get him to do something that he can't do. Basically,
Oh, really?
like my man just said. The point is he should
No,
have they
not for
should
the
have went
pass,
down
for
there.
the run.
The whole second,
Not for a
let me
pass,
speak.
for running.
Let me speak, bro.
Uh,
Let me speak.
Good.
Basically, to make a long story short, they should have went down there, ran it two hard, good times with that big bruising back, like he just said, and maybe went into a play action or something like that. Or after first down went to a play action, something like that.
they kept running
Then
these little light in the ass backs, man. They can't really push the pile,
So
and
that
they
was
get
the
like, and
OC,
then
not Mike White.
yeah. I mean, that's the OC, but also like, why are you drawing up a play for the first option, the hot read to be to Braxton Berrios when you got a big body receiver, Corey Davis out there? Garrett Wilson was killing all night. What are you doing, bro? Like, why are we acting like we don't have legitimate 1A, 1B options and we keep trying to get cute with this Braxton Berrios crap? Like, bro, Elijah Moore is
I know.
better than Braxton Berrios. Why are we throwing the Braxton Berrios? Why is he in these gadget plays? Why are we running end arounds for like a gadget player? Like, in key points. Like that's literally the biggest play of the season, and you drawing it up to throw it at Braxton Berrios? Are you serious?
That's why the flashback to beast mode with Seattle on the goal line against the Patriots. You got a guy named called beast mode, and you don't even try one run. You
Because you
know,
know why? Because let me tell you something about that play right there. That was all your boy. What's his freaking name? The little quarterback.
Russ? I think he audibled out of it or something like
He
that.
audibled out of it. He audibled out of it, and because he wanted to be the MVP, and he blew the game. That's what happened.
Started feeling himself.
That is a fact. That's a fact. Because if Marshawn Lynch would have ran that in, he would have had 2 rushing touchdowns, and he definitely would have been MVP.
yep.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. And he had to be. Let me tell you something. Because let me tell you something what's going on, and what people don't know about Sierra's husband. People don't really flock to him like that. You know that, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. They think he changed and got Hollywood and started being weird and distant. And like they gave him special privileges up there, like Pete Carroll treating him a little bit different than the other players. That's why the other players resent
He's
Russ.
corny.
That too. But I mean,
But
being corny don't stop someone from being a good teammate. Like people just don't like Russ because apparently he wasn't a very good teammate. Like he was
yep,
just fake a lot of the time. So
exactly. Because I mean, like what was it? I think like well, that's why pretty much that's why they was just like he had to let him go because he was becoming a cancer.
yeah, yeah. And
You
now that he's gone to another franchise, other people are picking up on it.
you want
Further.
to talk about a team? Talk about the last time someone had a certain kind of player. When we talk about the Knicks with a shooting guy, when was the last time the Jets had a quarterback?
We've never had a quarterback. Well, at least one in
I
their
mean,
prime.
the only one that
We
was
never
kind
had.
of successful was like Pennington for a couple years. He was okay.
I'm saying we've never had like a top 10 quarterback in their prime ever.
Never.
Never,
Well,
not
I
one
thought
time.
y'all did a whole lot of drafting of them. Y'all
We
drafted a whole bunch.
Ken
we
O'Brien
we
was supposed to be.
we get them after their prime. We get like Vinny Testaverdes
Yeah,
and
Brett
like
Favre
Brett Favre. Yeah, exactly.
when they're about to die.
Or
Or
we get
even
journeyman quarterbacks that have good years and then shit the bed at the end of the season, like Fitz Magic or Fitzpatrick or whatever. Oh, my bad.
nah,
That's what's the
or
curse on you.
Boomer. Boomer.
Oh my God. Just
But they get everyone like when it's too late, past their prime. Kind of like the Knicks used to do.
exactly what I was gonna
exactly
say.
like the Knicks.
Exactly what I was gonna say.
Dude,
Shout
the
out,
Jets
shout
are
out, shout out, shout
the
out to T
Jets are
Mac and Penny Hardaway.
literally the Knicks of the
Oh
NFL.
wow. But
Shout out.
I'm gonna say this.
Wait. Don't talk no smack about my T Mac, man.
I
He's
mean,
my
Prime
favorite
T Mac
player, and I don't want to hear
was a
no
By
baller,
the
slack.
way,
but he was trash
I
on
don't want
the
to hear
Knicks.
nothing.
Let's just keep calling it a
Well,
spade. He
I
was trash
mean,
on the
yeah, I
Knicks.
know. He had one 26-point game, and then that was it.
Everyone was like, "Oh, he's gonna be back the way he was." Nope.
Nope. No.
out of college, I
just,
love
just
Steve Handaway,
but
and we wait for him to get.
one thing I can say about the Jets organization is that they've finally becoming an organization because they let go of Woody. Well, Woody let them go.
yeah, like Woody like had like the James Dolan type effect where he was just all in the
Nah.
videos.
We ain't gonna say that. We ain't gonna say that part. But
Are we? The Jets were poorly ran for a minute. We got to call a spade, man.
like 20, 30 years.
So yeah,
Yeah, but going into the season, y'all didn't expect to be competitive
yeah.
like this.
It was supposed to be a rebuilding year, but we damn near had like a
Yeah.
generational draft. So
Mhm.
it kind of flipped the whole like trajectory in the time that we were looking at it. We had a draft so good that we might be looking at trying to trade for like a quarterback, like a quarterback that's useful next year or something, just to attempt
Hey,
to win. Now
Now,
that's how good
how
that
much
draft
cap
was.
space?
y'all should
How
get
much cap
someone.
space do you got? I'm
Why
sorry,
don't
Coach.
y'all just pick up Aaron Rodgers for a
We
couple
probably
years?
have enough. We probably have enough cap space for Aaron Rodgers because a lot of our best players are on their rookie contract. I want to say
But
all of our best players are on their rookie contract, aside of O
Yeah,
linemen.
because honestly, the pieces that the Jets got and their O line isn't that bad.
Oh, the O line is solid. O line
It's
has
pretty
been
solid.
solid despite injuries. It's been pretty good,
Like
actually.
y'all got good young skill players. I mean, the two good running backs are hurt, unfortunately. I mean, you still got more, but you got good young receivers. You got good young defensive guys.
It,
I mean,
it might
I
be
got a
the
name.
most ideal place for a quarterback to go to if they would look for one.
I got a name for you though.
Go ahead.
Lamar Jackson. He's gonna be a free agent this year.
Lamar?
Yes.
But
it,
you know they're gonna
th-
franchise him though. You know
things
they're
are
gonna
ugly over
franchise him.
there.
It's weird.
Uh,
He had a knee injury, but we could either trade for him or they're gonna franchise him, which they're probably gonna franchise
The Ravens and Broncos just had a Knicks versus Cavs game today.
mm,
him.
It
Exactly.
was 10-9. That was ugly.
wow.
Lamar had like a knee injury in the middle of
Yeah.
that game and he didn't finish. I,
hmm
Wow.
I don't like.
I didn't know.
It was like a quarterback. I was thinking they want to just like target Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm just like, bro, I'm not doing this again, man. No,
Oh, Garoppolo,
no.
Garoppolo's not that.
Garoppolo.
He's a
He's
team.
decent, but he's not putting you over the top. Like he was just scared of shit. He's like Alex Smith all over again.
Yeah, but you know what though? But still, he get you to the promised land, to the playoff, and then when you're there, it's all about making plays. You know what I'm saying? You don't have
Yeah,
to
but
really rely
sometimes,
on him.
sometimes the defense can't always pick up the load, and you're gonna need your quarterback to bail you out.
No, but that's why you keep your running backs healthy.
True.
That's why you keep
Jets,
your running backs healthy.
Jets
And
are
I'm
Jets are pretty loaded everywhere outside of their. I saw the linebackers and the quarterback. The Jets are pretty loaded at every position. It's just the quarterback happens to be the most important position in the whole entire sport. So we'll see what happens. I'm willing to wait out what happens in this regular season. Hopefully they make the playoffs. A few teams in the AFC lost, which actually helps. So, but they
The
face the
NFC
Bills next
is
week, so it might be rough.
the NFC was down bad right now. Just all of a sudden, it's weird.
nah. The NFC East is like the best team. The NFC East is the
The
best.
What?
Giants are
Is the
still
best
the Giants
division.
are still in a playoff
But,
position, right? They
but
You
should
they
be
said they're
at
the
least.
best. The NFC
Oh
East.
yeah, yeah. We definitely in
we
playoff
are.
position. Yeah.
You mean the AFC East?
No, the NFC East.
How are they the best?
Yeah,
Look at
NFC
Every
East.
team,
Yeah, we
every
definitely the
team,
best.
every team is over 500. Like the Eagles are
Yeah,
what
we
9 and
Yeah,
definitely
but
the
that
one,
don't
best.
make them the best.
10 and
We definitely
one.
have
no.
the
Look,
best
you
record
forget who we beat.
combined.
We beat majority of people. Hold on a second. I gotta do something real quick.
Cowboys are 9 and 3 after this game. Giants are 7-4-1 or 7-5-1. One of them,
Yeah, because
and
y'all are beating
We're,
each
and,
we're
other.
and
7-4-1. Redskins are 7-5-1, and then the Eagles are 11-1.
there you go.
The Eagles are the team that's surprising. You can't. You didn't know that was going to happen.
The Giants
Like
are
I mean,
surprising
they
too.
they they thought like going into the season, like people thought the Eagles were going to be pretty good because they were loaded. They just didn't know if what's his name that quarterback was going to take that
Jalen
next step,
Hurts. Yeah.
which he did, which completely put them over the top. It's almost like the Eagles and the Jets have like a similar situation, except they have their quarterback because they're loaded all over the place.
I'm just
It's just
saying,
they have a quarterback and the Jets are loaded all over the place, but they don't have a quarterback.
injuries kill teams, bro. In this
True,
league,
true. Yeah, and they've been relatively healthy. So
yeah, they've been healthy. Like literally, I'm just saying, don't let the Bucks sneak in the playoffs, which they are. They're probably going to make it with a 500 record or one game over or one game under
yep.
Hey,
because
hey, Greeny, how you like my different avatars?
Yeah, I see you switching in and out of them. I
go
like them. I like the
Rangers.
yeah, I like that
Yeah,
range.
man. Hey, Greeny, I wanted to ask you: are you planning to come on and do a post game show for the Rangers? Go ahead, talk
I'll
Rangers.
do anything. I really would talk anything like for real. I'll probably do like a Rangers. I'll probably do like
Yeah,
A Rangers Canes game because that Rangers Canes playoff series was fire last year.
yeah, yeah. You and I can talk about the Rangers after the game if you want.
I'm right back.
Now I'm definitely down for that. I got you, bro. We can set that up. Or if you
Yeah,
want to do
you let
another
me
team,
know.
we could do that.
I'm about to pull a coach and start stuffing my face with food though. Appreciate the
I done
platform.
the
I sub Greeny.
Nah, good luck for everybody coming through. I was low key about to wrap it up. I was gonna ask you guys to give you guys last takes on everything. Big
Okay.
shout out to everybody coming through, everybody in the chat coming through, showing some love. Big shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Love you all, y'all. Love all you guys on the panel for coming through. Thank you for showing some love for real, for real. But yo, this section is all yours. The mic is all y'all's. If you got any takes, y'all can go out there and say how you feel.
I'm glad we won tonight. I hope we win on Wednesday. I'm not sure if we will, but there's a little turmoil over with the Atlanta Hawks. Trey Young didn't show up to a game because he had an argument with his coach on Friday. I don't know if you heard about it, but Trey Young like had like a little like argument in practice with his coach, Nate McMillan, and he decided to not show up to a game. So that's their beef. So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens on Wednesday.
Well,
Anybody else
if
want?
they if the Knicks keep letting Trey Young bowl on the court, the Knicks aren't gonna have no shot at beating the Hawks.
Mm, yeah.
what was the check Green?
Closing thoughts. This is
Oh,
whatever you want to say.
oh, okay. I'm gonna say this. Uh, I think Wednesday we have a very good fighting chance to beat Atlanta, and I think they're probably going to try to roll out this same type of lineup that we had tonight. Hopefully, they bring their offense with them,
Phew.
but we'll see. It's gonna be a tough little duke it out situation. We can't let
Is the
what's
game
my
in New York or in Atlanta?
it's in New York.
Okay.
They don't
Yeah,
play
we
Feel
in
like
Atlanta
you have
till
better chance. Okay. Oh, okay. That's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah. We
saying.
have to find a way to win back to back.
I think we will. So you can pick up that little hesitation there, Adam. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling it, and I'm saying that we're gonna pull this one out. I honestly believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to get above 500.
Shout out to
You know.
Bully's confidence. Shout out to Bully in the chat.
I think I think this is the future of habits. So I think he's going to keep the same lineup. I think it's going to work again. Like he's going to strike twice. Good thing about this lineup is that it's not they didn't really scout these guys in this lineup. So that's why I can catch these guys off guard. And maybe that's what happens today. My disappointment today is that Greenick from Long Island is not an Islander fan because he's from Long Island. I don't understand, but that makes no sense to me. Like, I'm just saying.
You got me there.
Yep, I hope so too.
Um,
I hope the Knicks pull off a win on Wednesday against the Hawks. As
um,
long as they play together as a team.
yeah, that's a fact. Well, I got my take. My take was like last time we played the Hawks, Murray killed us, and we was up that game by like 15, I believe. Even my friend went to that game and he was pissed off about that game. And then I just feel like we need, like I said earlier, we need to come out there playing tough, playing hard, and playing defense. Everybody needs to be out there doing hard work. You know what I'm saying? Every play counts. They need to box out, hustle, and everything. Like Knicks need to come out strong for real.
I think I'm saying IQ, Deuce, Grimes, and maybe even Lonzo Cameron. I think those four guys can lock down Trey and Legante. They're not unstoppable. I mean, Trey, of course, can do a mid-court shot, but other than that, they are vulnerable. The tough part will be our inside game defensively as far as the forwards, the wing. That's the only thing I worry about. It's our
Hmm.
wing offensively and
Hmm.
defensively.
My little Knicks towel. You gotta throw the Knicks towel on the head real quick. Okay, that was a good take though.
Yeah, Mac, that Knicks towel you got right there is tough.
Oh yeah, I got this from when I went to the Detroit game. You know, it's Keith. They gave it
Yeah,
out for free.
that towel is tough. Y'all see that towel right there? That towel is tough, y'all.
Yeah, you know when I see you, I got one for you, bro. When I see you, next time I
Word?
see you,
Oh yeah, he's
I got
going
one
right
for you.
there up on the wall, right here behind me. It's gonna be
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, next time I see you, I got you, bro.
Good looks, my guy. Anybody got any more takes for tonight? Anybody?
I'm
Floor is
tapped, man.
yours.
Coach, you have any? You have
Coach is
Every,
eating, man. Coach is
Yeah,
enjoying his
everybody
food,
eating
man.
good. I'm waiting right now. I'm trying to get my spaghetti going. I'm waiting for my shorty finish that spaghetti. I'm about to eat good, man.
Facts, facts.
well, thank all y'all guys for
I'm gonna go eat and then I'm gonna check in on Freezy's next at night.
yeah, I
I
was
see
gonna
y'all
say,
there.
yeah. I was gonna say, go
I
check
see
out
ya.
Needy, Uncle Freezy on Blanche Tears, Nick's at night. They're gonna be
yeah.
rocking late night. If you still
Hmm
up, you drink monsters at this time, or you just getting off work or whatever it is, we got you covered. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
Big shout out to
Boulevard, pull
Blanche
up.
Tears. Big shout out to For the Love of the Game. Big shout out to Hard Will, Worldwide L. Big shout out MBK family. Shout out everybody. J Boogie in the building. Everybody, man. Shout out
Hey,
everybody, man. I want to say salute to everybody in the panel. I love all you
Yeah,
guys for
yeah.
coming out and showing some love. Good look. Good look for
oh,
showing the
no
love.
problem, man.
Anytime, bro.
Um,
Yeah.
good look.
Hey,
Anytime,
Anytime, my
hey,
bro.
guy.
hey, Greeny. The Rangers playing
Yo,
tomorrow at home against St. Louis. So if they win and you want to talk about the game, I'll be watching to see if you gonna come on.
all right, bet. All right,
Yeah.
bet. We could definitely see if we're gonna talk about it, but we out of
Yeah,
here,
yeah, no
y'all.
problem.
Peace.
Peace out, Greeny.
All right.
Yeah.